Hello and welcome. My name is Helle, and at the end of this catastrophic year, I've decided to embrace uncertainty and curiosity and create my own YouTube channel. Simply to shine a little modest light into the world and into the darkness, because God knows that the dark is pretty gruesome here in my part of the world. As you can see, it's 4 o'clock. So today we'll broach two topics that are difficult to avoid right now: lockdown and the darkness that is holding us in an iron grip from mid-afternoon here in Denmark right now. Here in Denmark it may not be as dark as early as in the northernmost parts of Scandinavia, but then they have the aurora borealis, the northern lights. We don't. We have this murky grayness. We used to have snow, but those days are over apparently. When there was snow, the snow would cover the ground, and despite the dark, it would be bright. It would look like winter. It seems those days are over now. As if the corona situation hasn't been enough, it's been the darkest December in Denmark in 60 years. The first 19 days of December yielded a mere 5.4 hours of sunlight, which amounted to about 17 minutes per day. So we pile on the lights, the Christmas lights. This is something that Danes have increasingly embraced over recent years, and I take it to be a way of trying to alleviate the murk a little bit. Some people go so far that they turn this into almost a kind of hobby. And we eat and we shop, which I think is entirely reasonable. Whatever it takes to get us through this season and this dark. Which brings me to the topic of Christmas. The Danish word for Christmas is jul, like the English Yule, and it's pronounced exactly like our word for wheel. This reminds us that the reason why we celebrate Christmas, i.e. the birth of Christ this time of year, is that back when we were heathens, we celebrated winter solstice. So that when they came to convert us, we didn't complain all that much because we could at least get to keep our winter solstice party. Jesus might have been born in June for all we knew. It was a celebration of the turning of the year, of welcoming back the light, never mind how slowly that light was creeping back. So we needed to celebrate something, we needed to bring back the light. And of course that's what we still need to do. We need to celebrate something that reminds us that the light is actually coming, however slowly. So we should forgive ourselves for eating and drinking maybe a little more than we would have had that feast actually been placed in midsummer. When they weren't celebrating, people back then basically went into hibernation. Until very recently, there wasn't any electric light in the world. There was maybe a candle or two per household, earlier still not even that. There was nothing to do but hunker down and wait for spring. You weren't expected to be productive. Recent discoveries of early humans have suggested that they actually, or we actually, survived literally by hibernating, like bears and ground squirrels and bats. So if, like me, you have an inclination to do this at this moment in time, it's actually your DNA speaking. Of course, by sleeping through the winter, they slowed their metabolism because they didn't need any food. We seem to have not really taken on board that part of the behavior. But my point is, like flowers, we don't bloom all year round. My Christmas Eve was extremely quiet this year. My New Year's Eve is looking to be even quieter. The friends that we've celebrated New Year's with every other year for the past 8 years are not coming after all due to Corona. So here's to forgiving ourselves for crawling bear-like into our caves this time of year. If you live further south than me, consider yourselves lucky to have a little more daylight, even if you're not able to appreciate it the way you'd like right now. I hope you find your way through your particular darkness these days, be it real or metaphorical. To misquote other northern people, the Starks from the Game of Thrones, spring is coming. If you'd like to hear more from me, I plan on uploading a new video every week, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.